Hi all and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I had a visit from a ninja. Okay, Arvid doesn't call himself a ninja, but I call him a ninja because he's studied one of the schools that actually do a lot of the techniques that ninjas used. So I call him a ninja and I write it as he is a ninja, but he doesn't claim it himself. But check this out. The no spin and half spin throwing are totally different from traditional knife throwing that I have in my other videos. I will also use some weapons and discuss the myths and legends about ninjas. So I had such an amazing day. So check this out. Great throwing. One was hit out. It was a hit and was stuck here but fell through. It's all in there. So I'm not gonna do all the traditional moves. I'm gonna try the technique in a correct way, but let's try it. They were all low. I'm shorter, right? I have all my down here and just one in there.
So one way of my training is doing no spin to half spin to no spin to half spin and just mix them up by walking backwards. No spin, half spin, no spin, half spin, no spin.
And all stuck. It was one fell out when you hit the other target. So great throwing. Oh, great throws. Your shuriken is like homing missiles or something. Oh, and everybody fell out. Oh. At least I was moving, right? Fool them with the first one and stick the other. So fake. Fake. Oh.
Good.
So actually I need to show you this. I have these shurikens are not made for throwing into wood. You can, but I actually threw straight through there. That one is almost straight through. But I pinned that one to the target in the back. So it was stuck all the way through. Yep. Nu.
Så steg 1 är att gå så. Steg 2, det går så. Så steg 1. Steg 2.
Ja, vilken med kraft du
Det
får.
finns en står någonstans. Men jag ska bara visa. Då börjar man med den rörelsen. Så vi jobbar även med den. Så att då kommer combat thrower. Det går så. Då från ingenstans och bara upp här.
Ja.
Och härifrån så bara. Nu är det kastar härifrån.
Ja, riktigt.
Du får sikta på magen.
Åh.
Och så försöker vi flytta på dig. Ja. Okej. Då var vi en katt. Det är det vi pratar om. Nu är vi på 2 kan ungefär.
Ah.
Ja, det är för att du vet att den kommer.
Ah.
Här nu. Alltså, någonstans här slutar det vara effektivt om du är redo för att någonting
So that distance is still effective. You can't avoid from that distance. When you get further back, it's no use using throwing at a person because it's gonna get too easy to just avoid it. But I was ready for that to come, and still I couldn't avoid the throw. And these are really light, and it doesn't fly as fast as the other ones either. So from further back, it's no use in throwing at a person. Easy to understand.
So the throwing is for advancing or retreating. You throw to make your opponent react and move or freeze or whatever, so you can go in. You go, bam, and attack. Or throw.
And run away.
Okay, so this is really a traditional attire. Sorry about not wearing a ninja outfit or whatever. However, this is a sword, this is a sharp sword. So when we use the sword combined with the Bôshuriken, the shuriken usually is by the belt here and the sword on the left side. And usually you have a sword belt which is thicker, so the sword won't be, you know, wobbling up and down, and also the shuriken will stay more in the belt. So you can just reach your shuriken like this and throw. And for me the shuriken is used for distraction, for advancing or for fleeing. So it's important to have this hidden. So by turning your body to the left, you can take out your shuriken from the belt and throw it. So it will look like this, and you go, pew. Right? It will look something like this. You go here, you have your sword, you go here, you pull it behind your body so it's hidden, and then you go. And then you draw your sword to attack. You can have it hidden like this in your hand. You have your sword out, and you go like a typical samurai posture. Whoa! Then you just take the shuriken, throw it.
That's a real sharp sword. It looks so beautiful when you do it like that.
So it's hidden, you go up, you take it out, and you throw, and then you cut.
So I want to try this. I got a safe sword, a small wakizashi without an edge on it, and I don't want to cut a thumb off. It will get a lot of clicks, but you know, it's not that fun to lose a thumb. So I got a shuriken in the belt, and I will try to do this in one motion. So actually worked. just a bit short, but I actually got it to stick, and I like these ones because they're a bit heavier and they really penetrate deep. So if you like this video, I have a lot of other axe and knife throwing videos on my channel, so check those out as well. Let's continue with our ninja.
Träffytan och en som går mot dig som kastar och en som går.
Ja, I'll try these ones now. Shorter ones. They're real light. So that was 4.5 meters. And these are really light throwers or shuriken, but this way of moving just keeps them straight. And when you move back a bit more, we switch from no spin to half spin.
So Marcus gonna get a challenge from me here. He's gonna throw 5 of them without stopping, so he will keep going, walking backwards. So don't step, throw. We start very close.
All of them need to be no spin?
You can do whatever you like,
Yeah,
it's okay. But det här är inga problem.
Nej.
Inga problem att gå bakåt heller för dig. Men här måste du börja hitta. Ja, just. I det här steget så kommer höften vrida så. Ja. Så du skjuta axeln tillbaka. Ja. När du går så, då vill höften vridas vänster och då kommer automatiskt in i kraft, så då måste du vara återhållsam på axelrörelsen. Ja.
So that was a really hard challenge. I'm gonna slow down the pace just a bit. Oh! I actually got that one. But I started with no spin, then I did 4 half spins. But still they stuck. So another one. 2 points. So I'm gonna throw no spin and half spin. I'll finish up with a half spin. Oh, the other 2 fell out, but I like this one. It's a ninja weapon, one disappeared. So I like this one. It's pretty cool, but all of these are really light and hard to throw. So we have the lighter ones, really thin ones. Our personal ninja is gonna start. One went straight through there. So I'll try to do the same.
Here's the red one. Aim higher.
I'm trying. Oh, I stuck them. So Arvid actually threw one straight through there. So one of the blue just went straight through. So 90%. They actually hit each other and some fall out, but he threw double. See that? We count that one that fell out, but you know, in knife throwing you always complain about something, right? So this style of throwing is all about surprise. So you need to hide the shuriken or any thrower. So now we have the stars. So this way it's not especially hidden, right? So he taught me to throw with all the stars in my hand, and you move your hip like that. And he does it so fast. He's gonna show you in a while. So I will try to do it like that. And we have real stars, so I've been training with these. They're safe. But now we've tried the real ones.
Okay, so you hold them like you hold a stack of cards when you're dealing and playing your poker game. You pull them with your thumb and you twist your body so your hand goes in a straight line towards your target and still get the spinning effect. And it's supposed to be quite hidden and come from nothing. So from this position you just go. Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay, so you're all seeing this kind of throwing where you just go like a big motion, frisbee throwing, but it's supposed to be quick with small motions.
So the design is quite simple, but it's more to the design than meets the eye. So Arvid is going to show you more how you can use it in hand-to-hand combat as well. But I'll try to do that motion and flick it and just try to stick them. Seven out of 9, that was pretty good, but I wasn't that fast though. I should be faster, but it's hard to stick in that wood and it's really dry and hard, but still I love those. Beautiful.
So you can use the shuriken like a knuckle. You hold it like this and you can strike with your tip or push like this here. Or you can cut and strike, cut, cut, like here.
And this one is
So
and that one doesn't have a tip, so it's
you
really
can throw it or you can use it as it is. It says sharp.
yeah.
Point it
Show the grip. You have it almost like a knuckle buster, and
Like
you have
this?
the tips pointing out.
So I can strike here, I can strike there, I can strike here, or I can strike down.
So this really simple design has so many more functions than to be thrown. And
Don't throw your last one.
yeah, smart advice, right? You shouldn't throw your last knife. You bring more, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what this is. Okay, I give up. Oh, how did you do that? That's Swedish halvslag, right?
Yeah.
One more time.
It's
Show
a
me.
technique for where you have a
Look
chain
at
weapon.
this. I think, yeah.
So he's gripping with the end of my chain with a small weight on it, and we have a little tag contest. So I want to trap him, then I just go like that, and you pull, and you do a bigger loop, and you go over his head, and then you go again, and then you strangle him and just, and then you take your shuriken. And
That's actually really mean. Okay, I'm just gonna walk in a leash from now on. It's
Have
really
a small loop. You take the loop. You take the loop. You grab something else. And I take the arm like this. Now he's stuck. Let's go. And when I'm done, I just go like this.
I'm free. Oh, that's cool.
So
So just take a loop and put it around the first,
like this.
yeah, and you have another
like
loop.
This and like this and like this. And I go around the limb. I go around another limb, and I just go a loop, in a loop, in a loop. And once I release it, it will just remove itself.
I have another question. In all the ancient, now from the 80s, but some of you people think it's ancient. You see ninjas go with like smoke and go like poof and disappear. Is it just another illusion, or is it fake, or?
It is history. They did that. Maybe not poof and gone, but they sure used smoke as a distraction, just like Navy SEALs is doing, or any army just shooting smoke bombs. Exactly the same.
Oh, really cool.
Of course, they could have stuff that smelled very
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. So, what got you into this form of Budo?
Ninja Turtles.
So Turtle was one of
Turtle
the
was
factors.
absolutely one big thing. I mean, I saw Ninja Turtles in the late 80s for the
Yeah.
first time. And typical Swedish sport like football, ice hockey, floor bandy, or whatever you call it, not for me. So martial art was the thing to do, like kendo, judo, karate, and the Bujinkan, and also now lately the Meifu Shinkage Ryu, which is the hidden weapon.
So it's mainly hidden weapon techniques.
In the Meifu Shinkage Ryu, which is my way of throwing, it's hidden weapons like Bôshuriken, Shuriken, like the ones you saw, the teppan that is square sized,
Yeah.
or also the ones with chain weapon that's hidden. Maybe I can show it.
Yeah, please do. He showed me the chain weapon before. It's really cool. It's not a thrower, but it's a ninja weapon, right? So I'm gonna back off just a bit.
Okay. It's what we call fundo kusari, which mainly means, okay, so I know there are Japanese speaking people and I'm not fluent in Japanese whatsoever. I know the basic words. But it's a weight with a chain, and that's pretty much what it means. But it's a hidden weapon because you have it in your hand and you hide it in your hand and it doesn't show. So when you attack someone, you just throw it away. You can strike with it and you can fetch it, and then you pick it up again and it's hidden again. Because if you're like this, then you know distance, how far you can strike. And this has the same distance, it's the same length as the blade on a katana. So you strike, you grab it, you take it back, and it's hidden again. Boom, boom.
That one is so much more heavy than looks on cam, but
Do you have anything we can strike on?
yeah, I have. We'll be right back. So we have a block there, and we have a chain with a weight on. So let's try this one out. It's evil. And that, just look at that hole.
Let's do it again. One more.
One more time. So the other side. And that was, you didn't do that hard that time.
It's just the swing. Okay, let's put some force in it then.
It's too light. It just flies away. But just look at that. Look at the weight in there. So when it's still like that, so right on the side of the head, and actually the chain, that is the weight, but the chain actually cut it as well. And let's see the weight. So it looks like a big fishing weight and just on a chain. But if you don't stop the power of that in a correct way, you're gonna hit it over your back. So don't do this at home.
Bang.
Yeah. So when you yeah, slow down the speed, he moves the body in a way. Yeah. Otherwise, you're gonna slam it in your back, and don't do that, please. Oh, look at that.
One more then.
Yeah, last one. So people love talking about ninjas. Do you call yourself a ninja? Or...
No. There is no ninja, so far as I know. I mean, the ninjas, they were spies. They were a reality in the 14, 15, 1600s. Maybe a little bit later, but there are no ninjas today. What we do is practicing the art of the ninja.
Yeah.
And there are several people saying there are no ninjas, there are ninjas, this is the real shit we're doing, this is not the real shit we're doing. And for me, it doesn't matter. It's fun. You got to train with weapons, you got to throw things. So call it personal gain.
Yeah, something fun to do.
Yes.
Because when I explained to my children that you were coming, I said, it's gonna I invited a ninja over tomorrow. So they went like, a ninja? For real? Yeah, he's gonna say poof and he's gonna be here. And it's so much legendary stuff, mystique about ninjas. What's the most common question you get?
Do you have black hoodies when you're training?
Do you?
No. we train with the black suit.
Yeah.
But that's mostly because we like to train outdoors, and having a white suit is going to get dirty really fast. So it's just convenient with a black suit.
Yeah.
And also historically, ninjas didn't wear black; they were wearing dark blue because that's more of a real color in the nature. So if you're having like a black suit and try to blend in the shadows, they're gonna see you because it's too black.
Japan. I saw you had a black belt on, so you're black belt?
Yes.
And you've been to Japan and trained?
I've been there 6 times since 2005, and I usually stay there for 2 weeks, and I go for 1, 2, 3 sessions a day, between 2 and 6 hours of training.
Yeah.
You go there, you have breakfast, you go eat, you have lunch, and you go training, you have dinner, and then you sleep, or you sit on the train, because Tokyo is quite big.
Yeah.
But it's a really great experience training with the old guys.
Yeah. So, what kind of weapons do you have? We have seen throwing weapons today. What other kinds of weapons are there? Are there like 50 or 10?
It's more like 50 than 10. So you have the sword we showed earlier. So we have different kinds of swords. We have like 1 sword or 2 swords. We have knives. We have different kinds of chain weapons like the ones earlier. We have the throwing weapons. We have rope. We have spear. We have the naginata, which is I don't know what it's called in English, hilibard.
Oh yeah, it's a huge axe kind of weapon. Yeah.
And there are chain weapons combined with a sickle, and there are like some strange weapons, but most of the weapons are not ninja weapons. Okay. So it's samurai weapons. Yeah. Samurais, they were using spears.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the sword you showed us today is actually a katana.
Yes.
So that's a samurai's traditional sword for you people that doesn't know, and so you used because for most people ninjas are ninjas and samurais are samurais. is it like that, or were they like combined martial arts? Or
Now I'm not an historic expert on this, but I think there were ninjas that also were samurai.
yeah,
So a ninja was someone with special knowledge in some areas. It could be like weapons, of course, but it could also be espionage. It could be environmental things like how to read the weather or how to move around the armies, or that it could be very, very different things. But what you have seen in Naruto or similar movies from the 80s, forget it. They are very fun, but you don't die by a shuriken if it doesn't stick far into your eyes.
yeah. So we're actually going to do another episode and just show all the different kinds of ninja weapons. I'm going to visit Arvid at his club in Uppsala in Sweden, and we're going to look at those because this is a selfish idea because I love weapons like most people that look at this. So not just throwing weapons, we're going to look at everything. Well, but you threw safe throwers at me, and from 5-6 meters I had no problem just avoiding them. But when you stand from 3-4 meters, I have no chance of moving away from those. And if I do, I'm really distracted by trying to defend myself from the throw. So it's obvious that you shouldn't throw at people if you need to distract them from far distance, right?
And also, I wouldn't say that I'm an expert in this.
Yeah.
Far from it. There are people, my friends, who are way better than me. But it's like the same with the sword. When you finally can use it, when you're strong in your muscles and you're experienced, a throw will be a lot quicker than what I can manage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So an expert would probably stick them in you from up to 7 meters.
Oh, that's cool. Not for them to stick me with a shuriken, but still to have that power to throw that fast. Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, so the target we're using is just a ordinary, I would call it a puzzle mat. You can have your own home gym or something.
Yeah.
They're very cheap, and they are good enough for stopping the lightweight Bôshuriken. Throwing heavy, they will just pierce through. But also it's very good if you don't throw correctly, as it hangs in lines, it will just fetch all the movement energy and just fall down on the ground. And that's also the reason why we have the blanket behind it.
Yeah.
So I would say 99 out of 100 we can find there, but the hundreds we haven't found yet. It's over there somewhere.
I actually missed the target with one. We were trying to throw behind our back and I just threw way over the target. So I have one shuriken still in my bushes in here. But it's so cool. Arvid showed me the technique where you hold the knife in a special way, and he would show you all the techniques as well. And you have a special movement where you throw. You have the same movement every time, and it got so easy to do in this, and I never tried this before, so you need to try it. And I will put some measurements and show you how to make your own shuriken, and you can order as well, but they're quite easy to make, right?
Yes. Most of the things that we are trained with today is homemade.
Yeah.
It's if you have a grinder, you can do it.
So I will show you, when you push them a bit more, you throw them actually through that. I'll try to do that now. Ah. Oh, one went through. The other ones just barely, but they actually pack some power even though they're really light. So we try some of these lightweight ones on a wooden target, and that target is hard, so So I missed my last one, but you can throw these into wooden targets as well. And
Penetrate about, what, 2 centimeters?
yeah,
And they aren't sharp, these ones.
look at that penetration, and they're so light.
No rotations, half rotation.
And it looks so easy when Arvid is doing this and he's moving around, and I had a hard time in the beginning, but Arvid is going to show you more about that. But the grip is like that, and it slides out in between your fingers like that. So it's quite cool to throw them, and they're so light, and it feels like they shouldn't stick, but if I take one of those, look at that penetration, and this target is really hard. The other ones is in the hole there, so it doesn't show the penetration that well, but it's so fun to throw these.
So being a totally non-expert in knife throwing, I see there are totally 2 different ways me and Marcus are throwing. And I imagine, I'm wrong, that throwing knives is more of this motion because he's leaning forward quite a bit to generate power. While my way of throwing is having a quite straight back. I just go boom. Marcus is a little bit here, I'm here.
Yeah,
So I can generate power by leaning, or by twisting, or by sinking down. So that's 2 different ways of generating. Or I can just walk.
So we have another thrower. I actually don't like this one as well as the other ones. The one that looks like squares or stars, and the normal spike shurikens feel so much better to throw. But these are known as swallowtails, and you're supposed to throw them no spin the same way. So I think they're hard to throw. So they stick, but they don't penetrate as deep as the other shurikens. So they fall out when you throw the next one. But they look pretty cool.
So the way of holding the shuriken in the Meifu Shinkage Ryu is putting it in the bottom of your hand, where your muscles between your thumb and your side on your hand is meeting up like a V shape. And you place it there, and you put it between your long finger and your index finger. And then your ring finger is moving up, and you hold it between the ring finger and your thumb. So this is the release, so how quick you will release it. And these 2 fingers are for stroking the Bôshuriken to stop the rotation. And that's the way you're getting a instinctive no spin throw. So when you throw, you go like this. Otherwise it will just spin. It's like that.
It's almost the same way as we do in traditional no spin throwing, but in no spin throwing we have that way of holding. So it's not that big difference of how you should caress the blade. No, but keep it from start spinning. History of no spin throwing is quite old if we date it back to ninjas or samurais throwing.
I mean, they were both throwing, and probably were throwing as long as there have been blades. They have been throwing as long as there have been rocks. They have been throwing. So I haven't read anywhere how old the no spin or throwing is. It's probably just as old as Stone Age.
Yeah.
Why punch someone with a stone when you can throw the stone at someone?
Yeah. True. True.
Yeah. As I understood it, the shuriken was used, as you said, as a distraction for advancing or retracting or running away or giving yourself a little bit of distance. And also, we talked about the distance. It's, for me, I see throwing a shuriken is very good between 1.5 to 7 meters. Then it takes too long for the shuriken to travel the whole distance. So your opponent can move away or block or whatever. Blocking is very hard, by the way, but you can do it.
Yeah. So did they use poison on those shurikens? Because you see that in movies, you get hit with a scratch with something and then people die. Did ninjas use poison?
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah.
You can see it in museums in Japan. I believe they were dipping pretty much anything that could be dipped to increase the damage. They could use filled eggs with nasty stuff, or they could dip the points in poison like the blowfish.
Yeah.
There are lots of blowfish in Japan.
Yeah.
So I think it was definitely used, but I have no proof of it.
Yeah.
But why not?
But you were talking about these eggs.
Yeah. So you take an egg, you pick a hole on the bottom and the top, and you blow out the yolk, and you just put up in everything that's nasty, and then you break it and you throw it in your face. So that's a good ninja weapon.
So they were really pragmatic. They used whatever they can get their hands on.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool, because most different Budo styles are really traditional.
Yes.
But the ninjas were really pragmatic for their time. So are the ninja style evolving at the same pace as society, or is it traditional now?
I would say it's both. There are a lot of people training in the Bujinkan that are working in the army, so they incorporate like guns and rifles in their training, the way of movement, and still everything in my style is built on natural way of moving. It could look very strange, but it still is a natural way of standing and walking, and it doesn't matter if it was in the 12th century or now in the 21st century. We still look the same, we still need to move the same. So the techniques is, I would say, absolutely usable today in a modern society. With the new kinds of weapon. Tactics is still the same.
And we're talking about, you can throw anything, you can throw a rock, you can throw whatever, and to throw a cellular phone at somebody today, they're pretty heavy, and to get that in your forehead, you're gonna be a bit dizzy, and the other guy will run away or punch you again. So you could use it.
Throw your phone, throw your keys, throw your handbag. I mean, it's definitely a technique that works today.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe not for killing people.
No,
but that was not the main idea with these as well.
Yeah.
I think what we have done today is my way of looking how I train and what I've been taught. I know there are people thinking differently. Your history is wrong, the way you think is wrong, but that's okay. This is my way of training. This is my way of what I've been taught and what I believe. And if people have another opinion, that's up to them. I mean, I can prove that I can throw. That's good enough for me. and I have fun while training. That's the most important.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be different if I was like a police officer or in the army, where I could actually try my techniques or my knowledge. But hey, I'm an engineer.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were talking about mindfulness, and I've been saying that for a while, and you said the same thing without me telling you, that you need to be all there. You can't think about other stuff when you throw. We're not always right here, right now.
Yeah. And when you're throwing, you need to be here and now.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for coming, and I had so much fun, and we're going to do another video with a bunch of ninja weapons. So that's going to be so awesome for me, and I think most of you are going to like it as well. But
Not so much throwing though, but still, I mean, people who like knives and throwing, they are pretty much into any blades.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's pretty cool to talk about myths and legends about ninjas, because there's so many of them.
And they might be based on a real thing, but still, yeah, they are movies.
Yeah, for
Comics.
sure. And thanks a lot for coming. It's been a pleasure.
It's been fun. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Take care. Take care all, and spread the love for ninjas.